Readers, so today we are going to practice identifying the theme or lesson of a story. And what I always like to use is the story The Tortoise and the Hare, because there are a couple different themes and lessons about this. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just briefly refreshing our minds about what The Tortoise and the Hare is. The hare bunny, known as to be super fast, and obviously the tortoise, the turtle, is known to be super slow, right? And so the hare is kind of like full of himself and kind of bragging, and he wants to challenge the tortoise to a race, okay? So during that time, the tortoise is working out, and he's, practicing for this race, and then the day comes, right? So they take off. Hare is going super fast. So fast he can't see the tortoise, and he starts to get a little cocky. And he goes, you know what? I'm going to start to take some breaks. He stops at a couple different friends' house and has a snack, has a drink, and even he takes a nap. And every time that he stops, then he notices that the tortoise is still going, and he passes him. So Hare goes, oh no, I gotta run. So he runs, and he passes him, and then again, takes a break. Again, passes him. Again, takes a break. So at the very end, when he was just so cocky, he decided, like I said, to take a nap, and what woke him up was the cheers of the crowd when Tortoise won. So the hare, being so full of himself and thinking that he got this, and deciding to take a nap during the race, he lost because the tortoise won because of that. So the two different lessons could be about any of them. The hare, the lesson that the hare had to deal with is that, sometimes being cocky or like bragging, you can lose in the end. It's almost like karma can come out and get you. If you're being mean and teasing, then, sometimes what you want, you don't get because of that. And then Tortoise, his theme and lesson that I learned was perseverance. Never giving up. Keep on going. Tortoise, he knew that he was known for being slow, but he practiced, he worked out, and then he kept going. Even when the hare kept passing him up multiple times, Tortoise said, I'm going to finish this, I'm going to finish it, and look, he won. So that's how we determine the theme, is realizing what these characters go through and how the events happen and how they determine the character's thoughts and feelings. So for today, what you're going to practice, I'm going to read you this short fable, and you think about what is its theme and how do you know? What's the evidence? Okay, what's happening? What's going on? Okay, so here's just a picture. It's called The Young Rooster. A young rooster was summoned to his father's bedside. Son, my time has come to an end, said the aged bird. Now it is your turn to crow up the morning sun each day. The young rooster watched sadly as his father's life slipped away. Early the next morning, the young rooster flew up to the roof of the barn. He stood there facing the east. I have never done this before, said the rooster. I must try my best. He lifted his head and crowed. A weak and scratchy croak was the only sound he was able to make. The sun did not come up. Clouds covered the sky, and a damp drizzle fell all day. All the animals of the farm came to the rooster. This is a disaster, cried a pig. We need our sunshine, shouted a sheep. Rooster, you must crow much louder, said a bull. The sun is 93 million miles away. How do you expect it to hear you? Very early the next morning, the young rooster flew up to the roof of the barn again. He took a deep breath. He threw back his head and crowed. It was the loudest crow that has ever crowed since the beginning of roosters. The animals on the farm were awakened from their sleep with a start. "What a noise!" cried the pig. "My ears hurt," shouted the sheep. "My head is splitting," said the bull. "I am sorry," said the rooster, "but I was only doing my job." He said this with a great deal of pride, for he saw, far to the east, the tip of the morning sun coming up over the trees. Okay, so thinking about what is happening to these characters, what do you think the theme or the lesson that this rooster learned?